Now 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, Kentucky State Police have arrested a man who they say shot 2 women in Knox County.
One Lexington woman is hoping to have the surviving members of her family back in Kentucky soon after they were in a deadly crash in Texas.
And overnight, a fire destroyed a trailer here in Lexington. We'll have that and much more, and your weather coming up on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Michelle Chamberlain.
I'm Bill Bryant. Great to have you with us on WKYT. It's a Tuesday. Feels like a Monday to some. It is the last day of the month of May. Believe it or not.
Oh, yeah, that's
Bill
right.
Bryant here. Good to have you with us.
Yeah, it is. And you know, Micah Harris is saying today is going to be a pleasant start to the day.
Yeah, we have had the last couple of days really on a roll, Micah.
Absolutely, and we'll do it again today. Like Michelle and Bill were talking about, it's going to be a nice day in store in terms of nothing falling out of the sky. And I say nothing. You can't rule out absolutely nothing, but it's only a 10% chance of rain. You'll see that in the 7-day coming up. Defender Radar Network, we're good to go. Temperatures as you walk out the door, upper 50s, lower 60s for most. So that's a pretty good feel. By the afternoon, not so much a great feel. 86 degrees, another warm one in store. And then we get off through the next few days. The focus of the forecast, late week changes in the forecast. So we're going to be looking at showers, thunderstorms, lower temperatures. We got a lot to talk about in your next 3 to 4 days. I'm going to go over that in just about 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. Let's get to the news this morning.
We've learned new details this morning about a double shooting in Knox County.
Kentucky State Police have made an arrest in connection to that shooting, and that has put 2 women in the hospital right now. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk with those new details this morning. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill. State Police arrested 38-year-old Brian Bunch early this morning after they say he tried to kill 2 women. They survived the shooting, but they are in critical condition this morning. Bunch is now in the Knox County Detention Center, charged with 2 counts of attempted homicide. State troopers started their investigation into this double shooting around 8:30 last night when they learned there had been a shooting on Bailey Hollow Connector Road. When detectives got there, they found the 2 women with serious injuries. They were flown to the University of Tennessee's Medical Center. Bunch was arrested at his home 4 hours later. This morning, we have learned that investigators found a wrecked truck just a couple hundred feet away from that crime scene. State police are now trying to figure out if that crash was connected to the shooting. While we do not have any idea of what may have motivated this double shooting, we do know that Bunch was arrested by state police 8 months ago. We'll take a look at the charges that he faced back in September, coming up on WKYT News at 5:30. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you very much, Mark. Vivian Avalar is waiting for her mother to come back to Lexington to start their next step in their healing process.
Her family was involved in a deadly crash in Texas more than a week ago. Now their surviving family members are coming home. WKYT's Mike Byers live at Cardinal Hill Rehabilitation Hospital, where the family's hoping to reunite.
Good morning, Michelle. Members of the Avalar family who were injured in a deadly Texas crash are making good progress. The mother, Hilda Avalar, is expected to make her way here to Cardinal Hill Hospital today. Now, tragedy struck the family a little over a week ago. While driving in their van, they were rear-ended by a car, pushing them into the path of an 18-wheeler while they were visiting family in Texas. Hilda's husband, Israel Avalar, and the couple's 3 sons, Kevin, Daniel, and Matthew, were all killed. Their 11-year-old daughter, Kimberly, Israel's mother, and Hilda were all seriously injured in the crash. Kimberly is back in Kentucky at Kentucky Children's Hospital. The oldest daughter, Vivian, was in Kentucky when the crash happened. She's now by her sister's side. The family attended Clay Mills Baptist Church for 15 years. Pastor Jeff Fugate says a member of the church is currently at the family's home building entrance ramps so the family can get into their home once they are released from the hospital. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Thank you, Mike. New this morning, the Lexington Fire Department is investigating a trailer fire. It happened on Georgetown Road near Interstate 75 just after 1 o'clock this morning. Now, we're told a vacant trailer was fully engulfed when the fire department arrived on the scene. Crews tell us a cable line was damaged by the fire, but no other trailers were damaged, and thankfully no one was hurt.
Lexington police had a busy holiday weekend investigating 3 shootings in 30 hours. The first one happened early Sunday morning at Saddle Ridge Bar off South Broadway. Police say a man was shot in the head in the parking lot there. Then at the intersection of Cambridge Drive and Village Drive, investigators say 36-year-old Demetrius Henry was shot late Sunday night. They found him lying in a parking lot, but he later died.
I feel bad for myself and for the youth and for the people who get up and go to work and try to make an honest living, and all this chaos is bad.
And then also early yesterday morning, police say a man who had been shot showed up at Baptist Health. Investigators say they think that shooting happened at Pinebrook Apartments on Tates Creek Road. Investigators say he should recover. Now, we have an interactive timeline of those at WKYT.com and the WKYT News app. Police have not made arrests in any of the 3 shootings.
We're learning more about a pedestrian who was hit and killed along Interstate 64. Police say several cars hit 66-year-old Stanley Willoughby yesterday morning near the Fayette-Clark County line. Willoughby's family tells us he had just been released from the hospital a few hours before the crash. They say he was fighting lung cancer, and they say they don't know why Willoughby was walking on the interstate. Willoughby's funeral arrangements have been set, and his visitation will be at the Scobie Funeral Home tomorrow from 11 to 1 p.m. The funeral will follow the visitation, and he will be buried at Winchester Cemetery. Deputies in southern Kentucky are investigating a deadly four-wheeler accident. Deputies tell us a 17-year-old boy was driving the four-wheeler when he lost control on South Old Whitley Road, went over an embankment, and hit a tree. The teenager was taken to the hospital to be checked out. Now, a passenger on the four-wheeler, a 17-year-old girl, was also taken to the hospital where she later died. Deputies are not releasing the names of either victim.
Here in Lexington, a hiker needed help at the Raven Run Nature Sanctuary. The fire department says it appears a woman was out on a trail suffering from heat exhaustion and simply couldn't make it back. Firefighters used an ATV to get to her. She was treated at the scene and then released. Police in western Kentucky say a man grilling out shot a man who stopped by his home. State police say 33-year-old James Smith and 29-year-old Corey Tyler were fighting outside Smith's home in McLean County. Troopers say Smith shot Tyler in the neck. At last check, Tyler is in critical condition. So far, Smith does not face charges in connection to the actual shooting. State police are investigating it to see if it was self-defense, but James has been charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Thousands of fallen soldiers were honored across the Bluegrass for Memorial Day. Among them, more than a dozen Kentucky National Guard officers. 18 names were added to the Guard's memorial at the Boone National Guard Center in Frankfort.
My fellow brothers in arms will be remembered for years to come. This is an outstanding memorial, and it's a great tribute to those soldiers who have died.
There are now more than 250 names on that memorial.
And hopefully everybody had a, reflective, memorable Memorial Day yesterday.
You do need to just remind yourself what the day is all about.
Important time. Time this morning is coming up on 5:08.
So soon, your smartphone may be the only doctor you need. We'll take a look at the new piece of software that could come in handy ahead on WKYT This Morning.
And one little boy from Washington State really cares about our planet. He doesn't want Earth to melt down, so he did instead. We'll hear from him. It's coming up after Micah's forecast.
Those are always pretty funny to watch. Look, mainly dry conditions again today, but we do have some showers. Thunderstorms back toward the west is heading our direction. When do we expect these? I'm going to have that coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Looking on Defender Radar Network, we are good to go. Nice and dry out there this morning, and it's a nice feel, too, as you walk out the door. So as you walk out the door, no rain expected and no chilly temperatures, no really warm temperatures, kind of right there at a happy medium. 63 degrees now in Lexington. And we look across the area, it's upper 50s, lower 60s for virtually all locations. That's a pretty nice start to the day. Now we get into your afternoon. Nothing really changing from the past couple of days. Past couple of days have really worked out for us. Sunday wasn't all that bad. Yes, we've had a pop-up shower or thunderstorm here or there, but for the most part, we've stayed dry. It's been muggy, yeah, but for the most part, we stay dry, so we'll take that. 86 degrees once again today. We jump off into your evening. I still see backyard patio, grilling out. You can do that again for today and walk around the neighborhood. You'll be good to go. Still, like I said, a little bit muggy, but things are going to change drastically. Watch this, okay? We get in through the next 3 days. Tomorrow, that tropical air is still there. There is a small storm chance in the forecast. We can't rule that out at about 30%. And then we get off towards your Thursday and Friday. That's when things start to change just a little bit. And we'll see showers and thunderstorms move overhead. This front gets a little bit closer, and once that happens, that's what sparks up those showers and thunderstorms. Locally, heavy rain possible. That's what I really want you to focus in on, because none of this looks like we won't have widespread severe weather, I can tell you that. Obviously, when you have a front move close by and you have a lot of moisture and some warm air, you can get an isolated thunderstorm that could become severe. But for the most part, this is just going to be heavy rain. This is going to be beneficial rain to the yards, and also looking at some lightning along with this too. That'll go Thursday, Friday, possibly jumping off into your weekend too, as that system still tries to push on out. There's not a lot of kick behind this. This isn't a very potent system, but it just kind of settles on over us. And so Thursday and Friday, there's no doubt about it. Those look pretty soggy. Heading off towards your weekend, then you're talking about looking at about a 40% chance of rain. So let me break it down for you on your 7-day forecast. Today, like I said, you can't rule out a pop-up thunderstorm for the most part. We're looking pretty good, but still pretty muggy, 86 degrees. We hold on to that warm air tomorrow, but the rain chances really increase that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday. We'll see if that front pushes on through. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday do not look that good as of right now. Now, we have a lot of events going on. We have Relay for Life, so we have several things happening because it is that weekend after Memorial Day. And so just keep in mind, you might have to dodge a few storms on some of these events as you head off towards your, especially Friday, Saturday, when all those events really kick off.
Be the first weekend of June, so yeah.
Crazy.
A lot of folks,
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
people have a lot of things scheduled.
That's right.
All right, thank you, Micah. 5:14, our time this morning.
A 6-year-old boy from Washington State had a bit of a meltdown in the car for worrying about our planet.
Right, he says it all started after his teacher showed his class a video of a chickadee eating trash.
Our planet is going to be wrecked. People are just being rude to it. They are being so bad. I could just call them dumb people. I wish I was an adult right now. I just want to do my job right now.
Henry Morris' rant on the environment has been viewed more than 5 million times, and now he has channeled his anger into writing an environmental manifesto. Henry says his job is to take care of the planet, and he is already getting started.
I've been to Loon Mountain. Guess what I've done?
What?
I've saved a slug.
What
right.
a cute kid.
A budding young environmentalist, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt
He
about
just
it.
cares about the world.
Yes,
More
5:15.
little kids like that.
Exactly. 5:15 is our time on your Tuesday morning, and we have a lot more coming up.
When we come back, we'll have a look at your money.
The best and worst performing female CEOs, and new mobile software that can look back at you. I'm Marley Hall, and I'll have those stories and more coming up in your CBS Money Watch report.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back into WKYT this morning. It's 5:18, bright and early on your Tuesday. Glad you're with us. We're getting back into the swing of
Trying to
things,
get back
right?
into it, right?
Hey, we're taking a look at some of the best and worst performing female CEOs this morning.
Plus a new mobile software that can look back at you, and the software that will help a cell phone detect medical problems. Marley Hall has the latest on your money.
Forbes has ranked the worst and best female CEOs of S&P 500 companies by how their company's stock performed. Deborah Cafaro of healthcare real estate company Ventus came out on top with more than 2,300% growth of shares. Mary Barra of GM was reported lowest performing female CEO. The stock market is gearing up again after the Memorial holiday break. Stocks rallied Friday, the Dow gaining 44 points, the Nasdaq up 31. Members of the class of 2016 may be tempted to check out Pittsburgh. The Steel City topped Trulia and LinkedIn's Graduate Opportunity Index, getting high marks for entry-level job openings and affordable rentals. And soon your cell phone may be able to perform medical tasks. YouMove, based in Jerusalem, says its new software can tell whether you've had a concussion, do sobriety tests, and maybe even detect terminal diseases. That's your Money Watch. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Marley Hall.
All right, a word for parents. You can't start saving too early for your child's college fund. According to the Institute for College Access and Success, the class of 2014 graduated with an average of nearly $29,000 of debt. So how should you start saving?
Well, experts say put away 20% of your earned income, 10% goes towards your retirement, and the other 10% goes toward future goals, including sending your kids to college. Now, if you need a place to put your money, experts suggest state-sponsored investment accounts where your money grows tax-free.
All right.
That's good stuff to know.
And be sure they study, because their chances are significantly increased of getting some kind of scholarship or so forth as well. So there you go. 5:21 on WKYT this morning. Good to have you along on your Tuesday.
Yeah, sports is next.
Kentucky's baseball team is left out of the NCAA tournament, and the rematch is set. It'll be the Cavs and the Warriors after Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals on Monday night. Those highlights are next in sports.
We're sitting here just after 5:20, and we're already seeing hints of daylight outside. It's a beautiful day, a good start in store. We're at 60 degrees there in London. In Jackson at 65. We're in the low 60s, mid 60s everywhere else. Some upper 50s, but all in all, this is a nice start. Trust me, as you walk out the door, it's going to be pretty pleasant. So we drive through the day, already muggy there by noontime. By noon, we're talking roughly 80 degrees. So yeah, it's another scorcher in store. We'll get in towards your afternoon, 86 degrees. Remember, it could be much hotter than this. This is more like warm, but it could be much hotter because this isn't even close to our record. But warm one in store at 86. We got rain in the next few days. Let's check out sports, see what's going on.
Kentucky's baseball team will not have a chance at a postseason run despite a 15-15 SEC record. The Wildcats were left out of the NCAA tournament when the field of 64 was announced on Monday. Kentucky started out league play hot by sweeping the then #1 Florida Gators. The Wildcats also got a sweep of second-ranked South Carolina earlier this month, but the Cats won just 2 of their last 6 weekend series, and a first-round exit in the SEC tournament has proven 2 costly strikes to their postseason resume. This is the second straight season UK has been left out of the postseason. Marcus Lee is likely to finish out his college basketball career at Cal, according to a CBS report on Sunday. Lee, a McDonald's All-American, had an up-and-down 3 seasons as a Wildcat, and following a disappointing showing at the NBA Combine, decided a year off and a change of scenery would do him some good. At this point, Lee has not officially made any announcement concerning which school he is transferring to. However, he is expected to visit Cal and commit today. Well, if there's one NBA team that doesn't lack for former Kentucky Wildcats, it's the Phoenix Suns, with Eric Bledsoe, Brandon Knight, Archie Goodwin, and Devin Booker on the roster. Well, yesterday the Suns worked out another pair of former UK ballers. Tyler Ulis and Alex Poitras were among the 6 players working out for the Suns on Memorial Day morning. Booker was reportedly also in attendance to watch his former teammates. Phoenix holds the number 4, 13, 28, and 34th picks in the June NBA draft. While the Cavs were waiting, the Thunder and the Warriors battled it out last night for a trip to the NBA Finals. Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, and this one lived up to its billing. OKC would build the early lead. Enes Kanter drains the jumper off the kickout from Dion Waiters. Thunder up by 7. Second quarter we go. Off the steal, Russell Westbrook gets it up ahead to Kanter for the lay-in. 8 first-half points for Kanter. Thunder up by 9. Time winding down in the first half. Steph Curry drives, somehow banks in the shot. Warriors down 6 at the break. And the Warriors would eventually take the lead in the third on this step-back 3 from Curry. 57-54. Old dudes high-fiving everywhere in this one. Well, it was a final. The Warriors are headed back to the finals. They beat the Thunder 96-88. That'll do it for your morning sports. Have a great Tuesday.